The Florida Panthers are one of this year's best stories. Last offseason, they went out and targeted undervalued assets, in the hopes that, with the right conditions, they could maximize their players' potential. And so far, they have done an amazing job. Seemingly overnight, the Panthers have turned Carter Verhaeghe into a top-line winger. Weegar and Gustav Forsling are one of the best pairings in the NHL, and they've even revived the careers of Sam Bennett and Alex Wennberg. They are very quickly becoming a top destination for players to establish their NHL careers. So what's the Panthers' secret? In this video, I'm going to show you the Panthers' special formula for success. They found the right combination of talent and systems play that synergize well together, creating an environment that their players can thrive in. On October 9th, 2020, Carter Verhaeghe was celebrating on a boat with his Tampa Bay teammates, fresh off of winning the Stanley Cup. It was there that he got the news that he would be staying in the state of Florida, but it wouldn't be with the Tampa Bay Lightning. That day, he agreed to a 2-year, $2 million total contract with the Florida Panthers. Verhaeghe had just completed his first full season in the NHL, where he posted 13 points in 52 games in a bottom 6 role for the Stanley Cup champions. The Lightning would have loved to keep the services of the young winger, but seeing as they were one of the deepest forward cores in the league and they were tight up against the salary cap, there was just no room for Verhaeghe. But for the 25-year-old, a fresh start and more opportunity was exactly what the doctor ordered. You see, Verhaeghe had gone through an immense amount of growth while in the Tampa Bay Lightning organization. What the Tampa Bay Lightning saw in Verhaeghe was a forward with sneaky good skills along the boards, but needed improvements in his skating to really make an impact in the NHL. And as luck would have it, the Tampa Bay Lightning employed one of the top skating coaches in North America. Before the 2018-19 season, Verhaeghe spent a significant amount of time with Barb Underhill developing his skating. She's the same skating coach that has been credited for turning Braden Point's skating into what is now an all-star asset. After an intensive offseason with Barb Underhill, Verhaeghe went from scoring 48 points in 58 games to 82 points in 76 games, while still displaying what Tampa Bay Lightning head coach John Cooper would call his sneaky good skill. Fast forward to October 9, 2020, and the Florida Panthers had identified an undervalued asset that was being squeezed out of a very deep organization. Now, what are these sneaky good skills that John Cooper was talking about? Verhaeghe's game isn't flashy, and his skating still isn't world-class, but it has improved enough to where he can get by at the NHL level. But where Verhaeghe excels is what I would call the trenches, the area outside of the dots and along the boards. He is sneaky good at winning board battles and accepting the puck along the boards and then improving the conditions of the puck to attack the center of the ice. And I think this is best represented when we look at his shot map. A player that I've praised a lot of on this channel before is Brady Tkachuk, who I think is fantastic at getting shots off from the high danger areas of the ice. When we look at his shot map from Evolving Hockey, we can see that a lot of his shots do congregate in the middle of the ice, but he does still take a lot of shots from the perimeter. Now, when we look at Carter Verhaeghe, almost all of his shots are in between the dots. I can count the number of shots that Verhaeghe has taken outside of the dots on my hands, and I think that's proof of him improving the conditions of the puck to bring it into the center of the ice and take higher quality shots. So to me, Verhaeghe represents the first variable that the Florida Panthers use in their equation for success. They have targeted wingers with NHL speed that can win battles along the boards and improve the condition of the puck. Players like Anthony Duclair, Owen Tippett, and now even Mason Marchment in the playoffs, these types of supporting cast wingers, they all have the abilities at winning puck battles along the boards and being able to bring the pucks off of the wall and into the middle. Expectations were high for 18-year-old Sam Bennett. Drafted 4th overall in 2014, he was supposed to be the future of the Calgary Flames. However, his offensive potential never quite lived up to what was expected of him in his first 6 seasons with the Flames. It was becoming clear that both parties needed a fresh start, and at the trade deadline of this year, the Calgary Flames traded Bennett to the Florida Panthers. This trade has made Bill Zito look like an absolute genius, and has become the worst nightmare for the Calgary Flames. In 38 games with the Flames this season, Bennett scored 12 points. And in the 10 regular season and 2 playoff games that he spent with the Panthers, Bennett has scored 18 points. Bennett has looked revitalized in the Panthers system, and it's because Florida asked for a simple game out of their centers. The Panthers only have one expectation for the centers, and that's to be positionally sound. And what this means is that Florida's centers connect the defensemen to the wingers. They want their centers in the defensive zone to come down low and support their defensemen along the boards and in the dots, and then they want them curling along the dot lane to support their wingers on breakouts. As long as the centers hit their spots, everything flows smoothly. With such straightforward directions like this, it's allowed Bennett to not have to think too much on the defensive end of the puck and really thrive offensively. And he's had one of the best two-way centers in the NHL help him along. Alexander Barkov is a superstar that is not given enough credit for how good he is on both ends of the ice. He is always making sure that he is on the right side of the puck, always supporting his defenders and providing outlets. I talked about Verhaeghe having the ability to improve the condition of the puck off of the boards, and for Barkov, he improves the condition of the puck through the center of the ice. He makes sure his defensemen are never outnumbered, he opens himself up for passing options, and like I said, he is the ultimate connector between the defensemen and the wingers, which is the hallmark of a good two-way center. Bill Zito has also quietly assembled one of the best defensive groups in the league. Aaron Ekblad looks like he's grown into his number one defenseman potential, and Mackenzie Weegar has developed into a true top-pairing D-man. They've also added Brandon Montour, Markus Nutivaara, and Gustav Forsling, who look like real middle-of-the-lineup pieces, and are supported by veterans like Keith Yandel and Radko Gudas. And while this collection of defensemen aren't the most skilled in the league, what they do have in common is they are all confident carrying the puck and joining the rush. What's most noticeable about the Panthers' play style is that all of their defensemen have been given the green light to join the rush. In the defensive zone, they stick together as a 5-man unit tight to protect the middle of the ice, and then when the puck is won back, they quickly initiate into a counterattack. And what you'll notice is that the Panthers often attack with 4 players on the rush. One of their defensemen join the forwards. And this has turned the Florida Panthers into one of the best rush offenses in the league. So now let's put it all together. To recap, the Panthers' formula for success consists of 1. Wingers that can get off the wall and play outside the dots, 2. Centers that support the dots and connect the D to the wingers, and 3. Defensemen that are mobile and can join the rush. Now, what does that look like all put together? In this clip here, we see Carter Verhaeghe engage in contact along the boards, which forces the Tampa Bay player to ring it around. Gustav Forsling is quick to intercept the puck and chip it over a Tampa Bay Lightning stick over to Anthony Duclair. While this has been going on, Alexander Barkov has been staying low to provide support and is curling to shadow the puck. He receives a pass off of the wall from Duclair along the dot lane, and the Panthers are away on the rush. They attack 4 players wide, and Gustav Forsling has joined them as the 4th player. This is the exact kind of breakout that the Panthers are looking to achieve with their talent and systems. And that right there is how the Florida Panthers have found success in the 2021 season. It's turned them into the top rush team in the NHL based off of Corey Snatter's track data, where they lead the entire NHL in shots created off of the rush. And it's how they've been able to insert castaways like Verhaeghe, Bennett, Montour, etc. into their system and allowed them to thrive. And this playstyle so far seems to be working at 5-on-5 against the Tampa Bay Lightning in the playoffs. Through the first 3 games, the Panthers have controlled 55% of the shot attempts, 58% of the expected goals, and have outscored the Lightning 8-6. Now I know at the time of recording this, the Lightning have just taken a 3-1 series lead, but regardless of what happens in this series, I think the Panthers have shown this season that they are a team on the rise. They've got a young core signed to a very affordable cap hit, as well as surrounding pieces, and with Aaron Ekblad coming back next season, they're only going to get stronger. But let me know your thoughts.